Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Lehman from Math with Mrs. Lehman, and for week 1 of our new content on statistics and data, you had 2 assignments in Khan Academy. One was to watch a video called Statistical Questions, and the other one was practice statistical questions. So I am going to walk you through actually how to do the questions. So if you're watching, you are almost guaranteed a 100 as long as you do it yourself. So anyway, Khan Academy, you're going to click on either go into your laptop or desktop and type in your khanacademy.org. You log in as yourself. You're going to see on the left-hand side somewhere, as long as you're linked to my classroom, those 2 assignments. So I would recommend, if you haven't watched the video, obviously go in and watch that video. And then when you're done, answer the question. So if you're having trouble with those questions, that is when you would then continue with this video. So as you can see, I'm on my app, which is pretty easy to navigate. If you didn't see my video yesterday, if you haven't linked yourself to the teachers, you go to that little gear in the upper right hand corner, go to manage teachers, and then you would add the teachers there. But anyway, there's some glitchy stuff going on, but anyway, you have multiple assignments. It's really just 2, the video and the questions. And on my screen it shows up as like 2 videos, 2 sets of questions. I'm not quite sure why. Hopefully as we move forward I can get it so it only shows once, but as long as you have done the video and the questions, that's all you need. You don't need to do it twice. Anyway, so here we go. I'm not going to watch the video with you. I'm going to go to the questions, which should be 7 questions. It says it should take 7 to 11 minutes. So here we go. The first thing that you need to understand about what is a statistical question is it has to have 2 criteria. The first criteria is that you're asking a group of people. So you can't just ask one person a question and have it be a statistical question. The whole point of statistical questions is that you can gather data from it and do stuff with that data. So you need to ask a group of people for that to be possible. Secondly, it also has to have answers that will vary. So you could not ask an entire middle school, who's the principal of the school, because everyone would give the same answer. So you need not only to ask a group, but you have to ask a group a question where you're going to get variability, they say, in the responses. So answers will vary, V-A-R-Y, meaning different answers for different people. So, you wouldn't want to ask everybody on the 6C team who is your math teacher, because everyone would give you the same answer. That would not qualify as a statistical question. So you would have to ask something that would have lots of different answers from different people. So how many textbooks are in your locker, asked across multiple schools for 6th grade, that would be, a better statistical question. So here we go. Let's go. All right. Determine whether the following is a statistical question. Did Jose watch television last night? So we are only asking if Jose did. There's just a clear, it's either a yes or no. That is not statistical. So I'm going to put not statistical. Let's check it. Woohoo! Next question. I'm really glad I turned on the sound effects, just so you know. All right. Determine whether the following is a statistical question. How many acorns do squirrels typically eat in a day? All right. So what we'd have to do that is collect a lot of data as far as studying a bunch of different squirrels. I'm going to say that's statistical. Woohoo! Because you couldn't base it on just one squirrel. Yes, you'd have to study the data of one squirrel and then another squirrel and multiple squirrels, but ultimately you're going to be able to answer that question. And when you see the word typically, that's a sign. It's not necessarily the only thing, but that's typically a sign that your question is statistical. So what is typical? What is the typical amount, etc.? So next question. How old are you? Now, you're only asking one person, right? How old are you? The person you're asking. So I'm going to say not statistical. And you wouldn't have multiple ages either, so there you go. So check. Great work. 3 questions done. Keep going. And that sound effect is from my insulin pump. Ooh, let me silence that. Okay. All right, let's go to the next question. Maybe. Next question. There we go. What is the typical height of dog kennels at Kita's Kennels? Kaitas? However you say that pretty name. I'm probably butchering it. But anyway, what is the typical height of dog kennels? This one's kind of tricky because it's only one kennel. One kennel place. This is tricky business. I'm going to say that it is statistical because you're going to measure all the different kennels. We'll see if I'm right. Woohoo! Wow, I'm always impressed with myself if you haven't noticed. All right, next question. How many hairs are there in Gretchen the gorilla's right armpit? Oh gosh. See, I didn't need any help making this video cringy. We have this. Thank you, Khan Academy. All right, so Gretchen the gorilla. Now, that would be a fun job to collect the data on that, I'm sure, counting the number of armpit hairs in a gorilla. Anyway, so clearly we're just measuring the armpit hairs of one gorilla, so therefore it is not statistical. Let's check that out. Thank goodness. You know, if you ever think your math assignments are bad, imagine the person who would have that job. I don't think that job exists, but if it did, let's keep it in perspective. That would be terrible. Next question. Determine whether the following is a statistical question. In general, how tall are giraffes? Choose one answer. Now, again, these sometimes take a little bit of thought. So they're basing that on collecting data on lots of different giraffes, and it's asking generally. So I'm going to say it's statistical. Good work. Wow, 6 for 6. 100%. Let's see if I can get to the last one. Next question. How many text messages have you sent today? Probably more than anyone would want to admit. I feel like our phones are just an extension of our bodies at this point, but especially with all this digital closure stuff, or school closure and digital learning. But anyway, how many text messages have you sent today? You're asking, again, just you, one person. Now, this is a not statistical question, but if you wanted to change this to a statistical question, you would have to ask a group. So you may say, how many text messages did 6th graders typically send in one day? That would indicate that you asked a group and that their answers were not all the same. All right, so let's check this out. Woohoo! All right, let's see what's next. What's it say? Wow. Check out those graphics, kids. Some weird rock thingies at the bottom and some Band-Aid like confetti. That's pretty awesome. And it's fire. Awesome. You leveled up. I got energy points. Don't ask me what we do with these energy points. But here's your gold star, is what that's saying. So anyway, we are done. How long did that take us? I don't know. However long this video is. And that's including all of my wonderful and helpful commentary to go along with it. So anyway, I hope you had fun learning the difference between a statistical and non-statistical question. Remember, a statistical question is one that requires the collection of data from many people or giraffes or etc. And the answers will not be the same from every person or giraffe you ask. And that's what makes it statistical. You ask a group and the answers will vary. You oftentimes see the word typical or generally or something of that nature in a statistical question that has been answered. So anyway, there's your recap on statistical versus non-statistical. The next thing we are going to learn for your math topic will be mean, median, and mode, and we're going to take 2 weeks to kind of focus on those because those are super important. So check back again when I review week 2 and week 3, mean, median, and mode. Have a great day, kids. Miss you lots. I hope you're doing well. Please behave yourself and get all of your schoolwork done. Have a great day. Bye.